Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about one of the most insightful books on personal finance and behavior, The Psychology of Money by Housel. Unlike traditional finance books that focus purely on numbers and strategies, this one dives into the way we think about money. Housel emphasizes that managing money isn't just about knowing what to do. It's about controlling your emotions, your mindset, and your behavior. In this video, I'll be breaking down some of the most powerful lessons from the book, so you can start changing the way you think about money today. Let's jump right into it. The Psychology of Money is divided into 20 short chapters, each focusing on a different principle or story that explores how human psychology impacts the way we handle money. I'm going to highlight some of the key concepts that will give you a fresh perspective on your personal finances. Lesson 1. No one's crazy. The first lesson from the book is titled, No One's Crazy. Housel explains that everyone has a different approach to money because we all come from different backgrounds and experiences. Some people grew up during economic booms, while others experienced recessions. These experiences shape how we think about risk, investing, and spending. What might seem like a crazy financial decision to one person might make perfect sense to someone else, based on their history. The takeaway here is to understand that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to money. Be aware of your own biases, and be open-minded about how others handle their finances. Lesson 2. Luck and Risk. Next up is the concept of luck and risk. Housel reminds us that in life, and especially in money, outcomes are often determined by a combination of luck and risk. For example, someone might strike it big with a business venture, but we often overlook the role of luck in their success. On the other hand, someone could make all the right financial decisions and still face setbacks due to risks outside their control. The key here is to be humble in success and be aware that things can change unexpectedly. No matter how much you prepare, risk is always a factor, and luck plays a bigger role than we'd like to admit. Lesson 3. Never enough. Another powerful lesson in the book is called Never Enough. Housel explains that one of the biggest traps people fall into is always wanting more, even after they have enough. We see it all the time, people with more than enough money to live comfortably, but who take unnecessary risks to try to accumulate even more. The danger of this mindset is that it can lead to greed and financial mistakes. The takeaway is that knowing when enough is crucial for long-term financial stability and happiness. Chasing more without appreciating what you already have can be a recipe for disaster. Lesson 4. Confounding compounding. One of the most powerful concepts in the book is the idea of confounding compounding. Housel emphasizes that the greatest financial success stories are often the result of compounding, not just for a few years, but over decades. Housel uses the example of Warren Buffett, who didn't just make good investments. He made good investments for decades. The longer you allow your money to grow, the more exponential the growth becomes. The lesson here is simple but often overlooked. The key to building wealth is to start early and let compounding do the work over the long term. Patience is everything when it comes to growing your money. Lesson 5. Getting wealthy versus staying wealthy. Another important distinction Housel makes is the difference between getting wealthy and staying wealthy. He explains that building wealth requires risk, optimism, and taking bold actions. But staying wealthy, that's about survival. Once you've built wealth, the challenge is to keep it by being more conservative and protecting what you have. This means avoiding excessive risks and being cautious as you get older. The takeaway here is that it's not just about making money, it's about keeping it. Once you achieve financial success, the strategy needs to shift toward preservation. Lesson 6. Tails You Win. In a chapter titled Tails You Win, Housel highlights that a small number of events often account for the majority of outcomes, especially in investing. For example, a few great investments can make up for dozens of average or even bad ones. This is because success in investing and life is often skewed by a few outliers that make a massive difference. The lesson here is to be patient and don't get discouraged by failures. Focus on the long term because a few big wins can outweigh many small losses. Lesson 7. Freedom. One of the most profound insights in the book is the idea of freedom. Housel argues that the ultimate goal of money isn't material wealth. It's freedom. The ability to wake up and live your life the way you want is the true value of financial independence. While many people chase luxury and status, the most fulfilling aspect of wealth is the freedom it provides to spend your time the way you choose. Time is the most valuable resource we have, and financial independence allows you to take control of it. The takeaway? Use money as a tool to buy freedom, not just things. Lesson 8. You'll Change. In the chapter called You'll Change, Housel talks about how your financial goals and desires will change over time. What you value today might be different from what you value in 10 or 20 years. This is why it's important to be flexible with your financial planning and to understand that your future self may have different priorities. Saving for the long term allows you to adapt as your life changes. The lesson? Be adaptable with your financial goals because your priorities will shift as you grow. So what's the key takeaway from The Psychology of Money? It's that financial success is less about what you know and more about how you behave. You don't need to be a genius to manage money well, but you do need to understand and control your own psychology. Let's quickly recap some of the most important lessons. 1. No one's crazy. Everyone's financial decisions are shaped by their own experiences. 2. Luck and risk. Be humble in success and aware of risks. 3. Never enough. Know when you have enough and avoid greed. 4. Confounding. Compounding. Wealth grows exponentially over time, so be patient. 5. Getting wealthy versus staying wealthy. Building wealth requires risk, but keeping it requires caution. 6. Tails You Win. A few big wins can make all the difference. 7. Freedom. The true goal of money is to buy freedom. 8. You'll change. Be flexible with your financial goals as your life evolves. If you apply these principles, you'll have a much better understanding of how to approach money and, more importantly, how to control your behavior around it. If you're ready to dive deeper into the psychology of money, you can find a link to the book in the description below. It's an affiliate link, so if you choose to purchase through it, you'll be supporting this channel at no extra cost to you, and I truly appreciate your support. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this summary helpful, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more personal finance and book summaries, and let me know in the comments which lesson resonated most with you. Until next time, stay financially savvy.